Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Orlando, and today is your second stimulus check update for July 27th, 2020. And let me tell you what, it finally came in, guys. The bill, which is being dubbed the HEALS Act, came in, and I just want to make this quick video so we can just kind of go over exactly what's in it. So, like I said before, it is called the HEALS Act. This is the bill that is being presented by the Senate, and Mitch McConnell said this: "We have produced a tailored and targeted draft that will cut right to the heart of the three distinct crises facing our country: getting kids back to school, getting workers back to work, and winning the healthcare fight against the virus." So what's in this, just jump straight into it, is they're giving the $1,200 stimulus check that we had discussed previously before. It's the same exact as it was in the CARES Act, $1,200 per person, and then you have the $500 per child, and then it is based off of your adjusted gross income, which is based off of $75,000 maximum, $150,000 as a couple. Then we're going into the PPP program, which is for small business owners. They're going to do a second round of that, and it's saying the Payment Protection Program, the widely praised small business rescue program that has provided more than $500 billion to companies with fewer than 500 employees. The GOP proposal would target hard-hit firms with 300 or fewer workers and a second opportunity to draw from the fund. So this is great news for small businesses. If you had a chance to get into the PPP program, initially you will get a second chance at getting access to these funds, but it is a caveat that if you have to have a smaller group of, I think the first time it was 500 employees, and I think this time it is 300. Yeah, 300 or fewer employees. So that's some good news. So let's keep going. They're also going to do a continued federal supplement to state employment insurance. The weekly amount is 8 times what the Democrats put in place when they controlled the White House and Congress during the Great Recession. He's not saying much about this in detail, but if you read the bill, it says that they're going to do 70% of wage replacement. So I don't know how they're going to break down 70% of wage replacement. If they're going to say, if you made $100,000, then we're going to give you 70% of your monthly income. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to break that down, if there's going to be a ceiling for that, because the way that it's worded, it seems like you can make more than what you were making in unemployment currently, depending on how much money you make. Maybe there's a cap in the ceiling. I don't know, but from what he's saying, it's sounding like it won't give individuals much of anything, and it's going to be put into place where I think, like before, it was like a $200, dropping it down from $600 to $200. But they're really not fleshing out the details, but right now it's just 70% of wage replacement. And then they're going to give $100 billion to help schools and universities to reopen fully, which I don't know if that's enough. $100 billion sounds like a lot, but when you spread it across all the schools and universities for them to really do what they need to do to make things safe, it's really a drop in the bucket. I think it's going to need some more additional funds for that, but it seems to be that the president is really trying to push to reopen the schools, and he's really pushing to get money to the schools and universities to do what they need to do. There seems to really be a push in with the re-election and stuff coming up. So then we have $26 billion for development of vaccines and therapeutic remedies to treat COVID. So they're giving $26 billion to help fight for the cure for COVID. That's reasonable, obviously. Freezing 2021 Medicare payments at 2020 levels. Well, that's great. And then we have economic incentives to boost worker retention, which is basically that go back to work special bonus thing that I was talking about in my last video. They're going to give you $400 extra if you go back to work. You can claim your $400. I believe it's going to be claimed on your your taxes. I don't think it's going to be a direct payment of $400. It's just going to be a credit that you would receive on your tax returns. And then we have liability protections for medical workers, schools, and employers. So basically, they want to make sure that you cannot sue employers or businesses or hospitals for contracting COVID or anything related to it. And it's just giving all of the businesses protection from being sued. And then funding more personal protective equipment to help first responders avoid infection of COVID, which is normal, basically giving extra masks and protective gear, anything to stop individuals from contracting COVID. So that's what that's about. But there's some key things that are kind of missing out of here. I don't really see anything about local and state government helping out the states and whatnot to kind of patch up the things that they needed to make the states and cities run. A lot of things got shut down in that portion. So I see they're missing some of that stuff. But to be honest with you, I mean, this sounds great. You know, we finally got something pushed along here. But then the Democrats are really saying, like, this is a good starter, but there's a lot that we have to change to make this work. So this is when the negotiating stage happens, and this is what we're waiting for. We needed this to happen. But once again, we have this short time span to make everything happen the way that it needs to happen. So this is going to be a really strong week for things to happen. And I'm just interested to see how this is all going to play out. I'm hearing some rumblings of a second EIDL loan, which is for business owners also. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with the PPP, unemployment, and also the stimulus check itself, and we'll go from there. Once again, guys, if you found this information valuable, please hit the subscribe button. Also hit that like button and notification button so that when I do release videos like this, that you will be notified immediately. I really appreciate you guys watching the video and supporting me, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.